Hey everyone, CPO here, and sometimes I end up having to do a video I didn't plan on doing, and that is this video. I like to plan installations. I like to show you cool stuff. Sometimes I have to do problem solving and break fixes. This is a break fix video. So today my son CJ called me, said, hey, the Jeep doesn't start. So my first question is always, what is it doing or not doing? I want to know like the symptom. And basically it's a click when the key is turned. Now that can oftentimes be a battery. And I've recently rewired the battery and ground wiring on this. So I feel pretty comfortable about that. The battery has been doing okay, but it's suspect. I don't know how long it's going to last. So that was my first suspicion. Left work, came over here to check it out. And the very first thing we did is, sort of see, does everything else shut down with the click? So a great thing to do is turn on the headlights and then, crank it when it clicks. If the headlights stay bright and don't like dim and shut off, it's probably not the battery. And that's not what happened. The headlights stayed on. All of the, you could hear the relay clicking over inside the relay box. And then I put a multimeter on the battery and it showed 12.9 volts. So battery voltage seemed good. And yeah, it had all the signs and symptoms of a bad starter. Here's the last test I'm doing to verify that before I swap this starter. Come over here. I don't know if you recall, but in a video I did a while back, actually when I changed out the ignition module inside the steering column, I showed you how you can jump the battery straight to the starter to engage it. All right, it's kind of hard to see, but down there is the starter solenoid, and you can see two posts with cables on them. The one on the left side of the screen is the feed straight from the battery. That is getting 12 volts. The one on the right is the line that goes to the starter. And then what you see above it, it's kind of hard to see, this thing right here. That is a spade connection that I have currently unplugged. There's a wire that goes in there, and it's this wire, and that is the starter control wire. That wire comes from your ignition switch, and when you turn the key, that wire sends 12 volt power, which then will push out the gear for the starter. Those other two posts basically become connected as well, which feeds battery power to your starter. So did some testing there, and what I tried, interestingly enough, and I can demonstrate this for you because I have it all pulled off. All right, so the Jeep's still in neutral. Basically what I did is I just made a little quick wire that will go onto that spade, and I plugged it into there. So now I have that plugged into there, basically creating my own starter control wire. And the other end of that wire is just bare. Now if I touch this to the positive side of the battery, if everything is working good, it should crank. And it does. Now, what that tells me is my starter's good, my battery voltage is good. So that's the last test I'm going to do. I know this works. I know that, the Jeep's in neutral. I know that if I send 12 volt power to this control wire to the starter, that it should turn over. But here's what I get. You listening? All right. So it's not turning over, and that's the click that he gets when he turns the key. So something in there is seized up in the starter. I can go in and get a hammer and probably bang on it and get it to actually start. But the reality of it is something's wrong with the starter. It's time to change it out. This is the new starter going in. Ran over to the local auto parts store. Actually ordered it online, had my wife go pick it up so that it was here whenever I got to the house. Yeah, this is a simple install. Literally, it's 2 bolts that hold this on, and then 2 wires. You have your main wire that comes from the battery, and you have that little control wire, which is this one that I'm using to test jump this. This control wire, when it gets 12 volt power, it basically triggers the relay that connects these two and then feeds power to the starter. So yeah, I'm gonna swap this out. Not gonna do an install video on how to do a starter because it's really pretty easy. But I did want to show you what it looks like when you know you have a bad starter. And that's a good way to test is plugging a wire. It's a spade, so a female spade connector on the end of this wire, jump it straight to 12 volt positive, and make sure the Jeep is in neutral. You don't want to like mow yourself down. And yeah, it should turn on and cycle, but it's not. Something's wrong in here, so let's fix it. All right, so I'm not gonna leave you hanging on the process. It took me like 2 minutes to pull this old starter out. First thing you do, take off your negative battery cable from the battery, because you've got a hot line that goes direct basically to the starter. You want to make sure that you disconnect that negative so you're not arcing up on things down there. And that goes right here. This is to the battery. Now, there are 2 bolts that hold this together. Unfortunately, they're 2 different sizes. I think this one was a 15 millimeter and this one's a 14, or the other way around. One of them goes in from the front and one of them comes in through the back. And the new one is going to go in exactly the same way, and it really is a simple process. Use blue thread lock when you put this back in, and then torque it down to the recommended torque specs. I don't know what those are at the top of my head, but I'm going to go look them up here in a minute, and maybe I'll overlay it here on the screen for you so that you can see. But anyway, that's it. It really is easy. All right, there's the new starter in there. Ain't it pretty? I've got just enough daylight to get this done, and literally this is a, 10-minute job. So yeah, let's start it. All right, it's all done and back on. Battery's reconnected. I'm waiting on CJ to come give it a test start. I should have put a stopwatch on this. I think this would be a NASCAR pit stop awesomeness. Super easy, guys. I don't know if you can even see down in there. Yeah, it's hard to see from the top. Anyway, crank her over. Hey! All right, so confirmed this is our culprit. This is now going back for a core refund because you have to pay for a core charge if you don't take in your old one. And yeah, saved a little bit of money on a refurbished one. I'll run this core back real quick, and CJ is back up and running. Thank you for that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.